Be looking at mean, median, mode, and range. Now, this is something that is really important. I ask these same questions when I talk to my Year 12s and things like that. So if we can get it, like wherever you are in your journey of high school, it's really, really important, okay? So learning goal is to find different ways to calculate averages. Mean is a calculation of averages, median is a calculator of averages, and mode is a calculator of averages, and range is related to it. So we'll just see how we go. Okay, so a basketball player has had these amount of shot attempts in the last 5 games. 4, 9, 10, and 3. Okay. Now the mean is often referred to as the average. All right. As well. Okay. Normally when we talk about average, we talk about mean. Okay. So what was the average amount of shots? But median is also a measure of average and mode is a measure of average. So be really aware of that. But often this is the way we do it. And we have a symbol. It's called X with a little hat on it. And what we do is that there's a little thing that I always like to say is that the mean is so mean that it adds all the numbers up. So let's go. Adds all the numbers up. And then it divides it by the amount of numbers there is. Now, how many numbers are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it divides it by 5. Okay? So we can either add it up in our head or we can use our calculator to do the same thing. Remember that fraction means divide. All right? So I'm just going to do it in my head. 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 plus 9 is 17. 17 plus 10 is 27. Plus 3 is 30. So we're going to have 30 divided by 5. Therefore, the average is 6. All right. And if you look at these numbers here, it looks like 6 might be an average amount of shots, okay? Because one game they had 10 shots, another game they had 3 shots, so it went up in different scales and stuff like that. So it makes sense, all right? Now, median is another form of average. It's a bit of an old school word now, but if you look at what's the median strip in the road, it's that middle bit in the road with the grass and things like that. So median is middle. Okay, so I always get the middle childs to get up and I say, you're the median, because median is middle. Now, there's something really important that we need to do to these numbers before we can calculate the median, and that is put them in order from lowest to highest. So I'm going to go 3, I'm going to cross that out, 4, cross that out, 4, cross that out. I think I've put them in order, 9 and 10. All right, so it's really important to put them in order. And now it's pretty straightforward. All we're going to do is cross the numbers, so go lowest and highest, all right? So we're doing that in pairs, and then we go the next lowest, the next highest, and the middle one will be the median. So this is median. Median is middle, and so median is 4. Okay, so the median in this data set, which is this data set, is 4. Okay, so 4 is the middle. Okay, so you can say, and how do we use that? Well, often you'll see that politicians will they'll talk about median house prices. So that looks at the middle house prices. And the reason for that is that houses differ so much in prices, like some are worth like 30 million and some are worth 1,300,000. So it's really good information to use median as your house price. Now, what is the mode? I'm looking at this one now. Mode is the most. So mode is the most. Okay. So I'm going to recap a couple. Well, let's go to the most. So what number happens the most? Oh, 4. So we're going to go the mode is 4, it happens twice. Okay, so the mode is the most, it actually happens twice, all right? Now, what is the range? Well, the range is like you go to a dinner party and you look at your grandfather, who's the eldest person in the room, and then you look at your little baby cousin, who is 3 months old, and they're the youngest person in the room, and the range is the highest number minus the lowest number. Okay, so range is highest number minus lowest number. So in that party that I'm describing, it would be that if I said what was the range of ages, you would have to get your grandfather's age minus your little cousin's name, and you'll find the range of ages. But this is just a range of these numbers. So what's the highest number? The highest number I can see is 10. So it'll be 10 minus, what's the lowest number? It's 3. And so therefore the range is 7. So it's pretty straightforward. Okay, I'm going to recap a couple of things, all right? Remember, the mean is so mean that it adds all the numbers up and divides it by how many numbers there are. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers. The median is the middle, okay? So I'm going to write that down. Median is middle. So the thing that we need to do is that we need to put it in order from lowest to highest, and then we're going to cross out to find the middle number. And the range of mode is the most. So look at this. This starts with MO. Most starts with MO. So the mode is the most. So it's the number that happens the most. And the range is the highest number minus the lowest number. Okay, let's do a second example. At bus stop school, these were the ages of the maths teachers, all right? One teacher was 23, another teacher was 27, another teacher was 55, another teacher was 23, another teacher was 38, and another teacher was 38. Now what we're going to do is that we're going to find the mean, median, mode, and range of these ages of these maths teachers, all right? So I'm going to start with mean, all right? Now I remember the mean is so mean that it adds all the numbers up. So let's add them up. And it divides it by how many numbers there are. How many numbers are there? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to have to divide it by 6. Now I can just put this in my calculator, but I'm going to do it slowly. I'm just going to add all those numbers up. 23 plus 27 plus 55 plus 23 plus 38 plus 38. And I get 204. And we're going to divide that by 6. So mean is so mean that it adds all the numbers up and divides it by how many there are. So now I'm going to divide 204 by 6, and I get 34. So the mean, another way we say mean, we say average, okay, is 34. So that's the average age of a maths teacher at this particular bus stop school. Sounds a bit dodgy, but we're going to see how we go from there. Okay, median. Oh, let's find the median. Now, median is middle, all right? Oh, that means I have to put the numbers in order from lowest to highest. So the lowest number I can see is 23. I'm going to cross it out just to keep track of it. There's another 23, actually. Yeah. 27 will be the next lowest, and then I think these two 38s will be next. And then finally 55, okay? Now what I have to do now is I have to cross them off from the lowest, so we're in pairs, so lowest, highest, lowest, highest. Ooh, I won't have a middle number. I'm going to have 2 middle numbers, okay? So in this one, we had one middle number and we knew that that was the median. In this one, we have two numbers, and what we have to do is we have to add them together, all right? So to find the median, I'm going to go here. Let's go. We're going to go 27 plus 38 and divide it by 2. So if we're left with two numbers in the middle, we always have to add them together and divide it by 2. Don't have to worry about anything else. So I'm going to add them together. So 27 plus 38, and I get 65. I'm going to divide that by 2. So median is 32.5. All right. You can have decimal points in this, so don't be afraid of it. So the median of this one is 32.5. So if we get a single number, we just write that down. If we get two numbers, we're going to add them together and divide it by 2. All right, next one is the mode. Now, the mode is the MO most. It's the one that happens the most. Yeah, that's easy. It's 23. It happens twice. But so does 38. 38 happens twice as well. What do I do? Well, we write them both down. So the mode is 23 and 38. They both happen twice. You can have numbers that happen 3 times, 4 times, there's no rule. There is a situation when there is no mode. There is no mode if there's no numbers. If they say we have this situation, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is there any number that happens the most? No. So there's no mode, all right, because they all occur one time. And finally, the range. I remember what the range was. It's the highest number minus the lowest number. Well, that's easy. The highest number is 55 and the lowest number is 23. It happens twice. So I'm just going to pop it in my calculator, or you can do it in your head. And you should get 32, because 50 minus 20 is 30, and 5 minus 3 is 2. So that's your range there, okay? All right, so that's mean, median, mode, and range. Hopefully that makes sense. Peace out.